Hello, Windsor families. It is the week of March 7th, and this is your update. All right, let's get into it. We have so much news. All right, so on Friday, I sent out our intent to return survey as well as some information on what reopening will look like. Let's dig a little bit deeper into that. On March 18th and 19th, before we go on spring break, those are going to be asynchronous days, meaning that your child will be given work through Google Classroom, but there will not be live Zoom sessions. They will just check in to an attendance survey just like we do on Wednesdays, and that is to give teachers extra time to prepare for in-person learning. We will also be doing those asynchronous days on March 31st, which is when we come right back after break, on April 1st and on April 2nd. So those will all be asynchronous days. Work will be provided, but there will be no live Zooms. Now, when we open on April 5th, that distance learning Zoom schedule will no longer be in effect. So if you choose to stay in distance learning for the remainder of the year, then you will need to attend those Zoom sessions on the regularly scheduled time, that information that I sent out on Friday. And so how that's going to look is that the teachers are being provided with these nifty little devices that wear a microphone so you can hear clearly, and it actually is an iPad stand that pivots and records the teachers as they move around the classroom so students can get a live view of the lesson. It will be recorded and it will be made available if you're not able to tune in, but since there will be an open chat and an ability to ask questions, we highly encourage students to participate live. Now, that will happen on Cohort 1 days on Mondays and Thursdays, Cohort days 2 days on Tuesdays and Fridays. I sent out an email to everyone's first period letting them know if they are in Cohort 1 or Cohort 2. If for some reason you didn't get an email or you don't have a first period, you can contact me directly at bwilliams@wusd.org, and I will let you know which cohort you are in. Speaking of cohorts, when you find out what cohort you're in, you might say, well, this is not going to work for me because I need to be in the other cohort. So some of the reasons why we might approve a cohort change is if you have another child in a Windsor school and they are attending school on different days and you need them to be aligned, that would be an excellent reason why we would do a cohort change. Or if because of your work or childcare situation that you need a cohort change, that would be another reason that we could do a cohort change. We can only do so many changes because there is a maximum capacity of 15 students per class. So just know that if we do a cohort change, we might also have to do a class change in order to keep the numbers balanced. So you have that survey. If you have not filled it out yet, please let us know. Reminder, it's a non-binding survey, but it helps us prepare to know how many kids that we will have remain on distance learning. So let's talk about in terms of what it'll look like on those in-person days. Basically what it's been looking like on those asynchronous days where your child is given additional work to complete, and then they will still be needing to submit assignments through Google Classroom. And then what we were also talking about is this opportunity for additional support in the afternoons after the live in-person sessions are done, particularly for those 7th and 8th graders that are off cycle for math. So if you have math in 4th, 5th, and 6th, then you have the ability to receive intervention on periods 1, 2, and 3 when you don't have math during that time to make sure that you're not going an entire month without any math instruction. And some more information will go out about that as the program develops. Now, parents, I'm going to try to walk that line of giving you as much information as it comes in, but not inundating you with videos and letters and everything every day, because I know sometimes information can get lost when there's too much information. Also know that things change daily for us too, and we try to adapt as quickly as possible. So with issues such as transportation, which at this moment is not provided to general education students because of the guidelines that were given, we just do not have the capacity. Now, if those guidelines change, then we can change our transportation policy. So right now, you will only be provided transportation if you are a special education student and it is specifically written into your IEP. So I know that's a lot. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at bwilliams@wusd.org. I am preferring to call you and answer your questions just because it can get pretty detailed, and I can answer your questions immediately if you have follow-up. So please don't hesitate to schedule a Zoom or phone meeting with my secretary, Maddie Cleaver, mcleaver@wusd.org. Or you can just email me directly and we can set up that time. All right, everyone. Thank you. Stay safe, and we're excited to reopen schools.